Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, thank you so much for coming in and watching. Today is, of course, Saturn's Day, aka Saturday, June 6, 2026, 666. We spoke about that a little bit on... can you get off your phone, you millennial?
Okay. No. Something's wrong here. I can't even update.
Okay, well, we'll fill with that after the show. So, anyway, the show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 36-page document for you today. You know, not that bad. And, today is, like, it's essentially like a holy day for me personally. Because, like, you know, before we get started, just a little bit of personal things involving me with history. Like many other historians, World War II got me in. You know, like a lot of people before me and many people after are going to get to some level interested in the history because of World War II or World War II adjacent and all that stuff. And me specifically, D-Day, Operation Overlord, you know, the invasion of Normandy, June 6, 1944. That's, you know, on this calendar date. So we're going to cover a little bit of that because that's what really got me from being interested to being obsessed with history. So, but let's start us off here. In 640, Arab Muslim armies sent by Caliph Omar began siege of Heliopolis. City succumbed mid to late July, paving the way for Muslim conquest of Byzantine Egypt. Wow. 913, Constantine VII, the 8-year-old illegitimate son of Leo VI the Wise, became nominal ruler of the Byzantine Empire under the regency of a 7-man council headed by Patriarch Nicholas Mystikios, appointed by Constantine's uncle Alexander III on his deathbed. So, a lot of people involved in all of that. It's, you know, I have some intellectual whiplash. There's a lot of information in a tiny period. 1242, 24 wagon loads of Talmudic books were burned in Paris. That's terrible. I don't like when people burn books. 1328, Franciscan theologian William of Ockham was excommunicated by Pope John the 22nd. Why? What did he do? You know, I'm just going to do a surface level scratch of that article just for hee-haws. See it. William of Ockham. You know what? I'm going to start the underbar of the description section. Why excommunicated? Question mark. And if anybody wants to start, a little, self challenged, to answer that question, let us know in the comments section. That'd be great. 1328. We got that one. The 1391. Inhabitants of Seville, Spain, massacred 5,000 Jews. That's wild. Then we have as well 1391. So these are both of the same thing. Mob led by Ferran Martinez surrounded and set fire to the Jewish quarter of Seville, Spain, murdering an estimated 4,000. The survivors were sold into slavery. We covered that the other day. Remember, in Seville, Spain, they killed thousands and everything. The survivors were sold to slavery. So we have a discrepancy. Was it on this date or 2 to 3 days ago, whenever it was? Because that wasn't yesterday, was it?
I can't remember.
I think that was the other day. 1505, the M8.2 to 8.8 low Mustang earthquake affected Tibet and Nepal, causing severe damage in Kathmandu and parts of the Indo-Gangetic Plain. I want to know, how much damage? Any injuries, deaths, 1513, Battle of Novara, the War of the League of Cambrai, the Swiss Confederacy defeated the French. That sounds like a nothing article, but from the other source it says, War of the League of Cambrai. In the last Battle of Novara, Swiss troops defeated the French under Louis II de la Trémouille, forcing them to abandon Milan. Duke Massimiliano Sforza was restored. 1523, Gustav Vasa was elected King of Sweden, marking the end of the Kalmar Union. So it says Swedish region Gustav Vasa was elected King of Sweden and marking a symbolic end to the Kalmar Union. 6th of June is designated as the country's national day. Alright, so happy National Day, Sweden. Alright. 1536, Mexico began its Inquisition. I think they were still tied in with Spain. I'm not sure when they got their independence from Spain. If that ever happened, if they weren't just conquered by the French. Because I know they got independence from the French. That's what Cinco de Mayo is and all that jazz. So, But we all know about the Spanish Inquisition, so I wonder if this is ties into that. 1639, Massachusetts granted 500 acres of land to erect a gunpowder mill. Yeah, industrializing warfare. 1654, Queen Christiana of Sweden resigned and converted to Catholicism. She abdicated her throne in favor of her cousin Charles Gustav and converted to Catholicism. All right. 1673, France and Brandenburg signed a peace treaty. The Treaty of Awesome. French King Louis the 14th and Frederick William, Elector of Brandenburg, signed a secret peace treaty during the Franco-Dutch War, resulting in Brandenburg's withdrawal from the war. All right. 365 days later, 1674, Shivaji was crowned as the first Chhatrapati of the Maratha Empire at Raigad Fort. Okay. No idea what that means, but it sounds important.
Yeah.
I want to give credit where credit is due and be respectful towards other cultures, other beliefs, and all that stuff. Like everybody deserves their time in the sunlight. 1683, the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, England, opened as the world's first university museum, and we have a picture of it right there.
I wonder what a university museum is.
Well, a museum in a university. Like the museum is part of the university.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Because, a lot of universities, especially prestigious ones like Oxford and such, they probably have a lot of really good artifacts. They do a lot of, studying and all that stuff, and that's where a lot of equations and things are solved. They give it to the students, 1716, French transport the first African slaves to Louisiana. Ah, dang, France, what the hell? 1752, third Great Fire in Moscow in 2 weeks. 1/3 of the city was destroyed.
Wow.
So 3 fires in 2 weeks. That's wild.
That's not good.
1762, in the 7 Years' War, British forces began the siege of Havana and temporarily captured the city. What are they doing over there? 1772, Haitian explorer Jean-Baptiste Pointy Duzabel settled in Chicago. That's when it started. That's when the seed was planted, so to speak. So I'm making a little joke. That's how the Haitians got here and everything, because that's where a lot of the problems are right there, right? In Illinois and everything.
With the Haitians?
Yeah. Isn't that where they were when they were apparently eating the people's pets and stuff?
I'm getting confused with Minneapolis.
Oh, it's in Minnesota.
It is?
Yeah.
I know. That's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You're probably right. It was probably Chicago.
I think there was multiple places, allegedly,
somewhere
of
back
course,
east,
in
but I don't think it was
Minecraft.
a big city like that. I think it was somewhere smaller, rural.
I don't know.
It doesn't.
It's somewhere in that generalized area.
Yes.
So, 1787, 300 years before me, Franklin College was founded in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is now part of Franklin and Marshall College.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. 1795, a fire destroyed 1/3 of Copenhagen, injuring 18,000 people. Here we go again with more fires. So,
18,000 people? Wow.
Injuring, yeah.
Yeah.
That's and I have a comment here. That's a lot of insurance claims. Like a little footnote I have there.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if insurance was a thing back then. Because we've spoken about the first insurance here, the first, and it was around that time, so I'm not sure if they had insurance. 1809, Sweden declared independence, constitutional monarchy established with a new constitution empowering Riksdag after 20 years of absolute monarchy. Okay. 1813, U.S. invasion of Canada halted at Stony Creek, Ontario. We're not there yet. The War of 1812, the Battle of Stony Creek, considered a critical turning point in the War of 1812. A British force of 700 soldiers under John Vincent defeated a U.S. force twice its size under William Winder and John Chandler. And I think there's actually a map of this. I'm not sure right here.
Have you ever heard of this before?
Stony Creek? No, I may have, but I don't know about it and all that stuff. I do know that Canada and the U.S. fought because British Canada, and that was during the War of 1812 when British tried to invade us or something. They did burn down the White House though, or the Capitol or something. They burned down Washington.
That's true. Yeah.
So. 1816, 10 inches of snowfall in New England, part of a year without a summer, which followed the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia. Look at that nightmarish painting right there.
Yeah.
That looks primordial.
That's not good.
Yeah. 1822, Alexis of St. Martin was shot in the stomach and treated by physician William Beaumont on Mackinac Island, leading to Beaumont to conduct the digestion experiments through the hole in St. Martin's stomach.
Oh,
So,
geez.
like, basically, without getting too graphic or anything, but like, if anybody's interested, like, you can look into more detail after this. But basically, they discovered that, what we know about digestion now, like how it breaks down and everything, they observed it through the hole in his stomach.
Yeah.
And everything. And that sounds horrifying, but, I mean, like, the only reason why we know how much water is in the human body is because during World War II, Japan literally turned their POWs, you know, like the non-Japanese soldiers that they captured, into human jerky. They put them out on the sand and just let the sun bake them until they died. And they weighed them before and after, and they did calculations, and they figured out that's how much body percentage is water, because it all got dried out.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's how we know. You know? Fucking... 1832, the barricades fell and the Paris student uprising of 1832 ended. So the June rebellion in Paris was put down by the National Guard. 1832 as well, the Philadelphia, Germantown, and Norristown Railroad opened its initial line from Philadelphia to Germantown, Pennsylvania. Running was 6 miles or 9.7 kilometers long, creating the first U.S. railroad suburb. What is a railroad suburb? I'm going to look that up really quick. So let's see here. Ecosia, railroad suburb. Streetcar suburb. Oh, okay, that makes sense with streetcars.
Yeah.
It's a residential community whose growth and development was strongly shaped by the use of streetcar lines as a primary means of transportation. Well, that makes sense. So,
yeah.
Railroad.
That makes perfect sense. Railroad suburb.
/ streetcar.
Could have said streetcars.
Suburb. It technically is a railroad.
Yeah.
You know.
In the suburb.
Yes. Well, for streetcars. I mean, it's a road made of rails.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for, like, you know, large trains, but still, you know, municipal light rail and all that stuff. 1844, the Young Men's Christian Association, the YMCA, was formed by George Williams in London.
I didn't realize that was from England.
Yeah, no, the YMCA originated in London.
Yeah,
or in England, and then the U.S. branch opened up over here. Now, am I the only one who finds these people's faces a little creepy? I mean, they're all like, they're coming out of the triangle. They're like, hey, we're coming for you. We're gonna get you. Yeah, we're gonna get you. It's like, yikes. And that's how I feel with that image.
I don't know what that is all about. What?
That's the little YMCA logo.
I know, but I don't. Is that the logo today? I doubt it.
No. It says for God, for King, for Country.
It doesn't look very appealing to me.
No, it doesn't. It looks creepy.
Yeah.
It looks like a bunch of grown men coming after my child. That's what it looks like. And essentially that's what it is. So, but it says here in 1844, the Young Men's Christian Association, or YMCA, was founded by George Williams. He joined together with 11 of his friends and created a place for young men seeking to escape trouble and hazards in the streets. This was something new to the country because it broke the English social lines, this meaning that anyone, no matter what social class, could get help if they needed it. That's pretty
really
cool. Yeah.
Because they were really socially structured.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and just by language.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, like, you know, if you don't speak a certain, you know, type of English dialect, yeah, it's terrible. And women complain about the glass ceiling, you know. Men had their own ceiling as well. You know, everybody does. 1848, New York Yacht Club held its first annual regatta, won by the schooner Carnelia. 1859, Queensland, Australia was established as a separate colony from New South Wales, celebrated as Queensland's Day. Alright, happy Queensland Day out there, Australia. Yeah. What else we got here? 1861, Lincoln's cabinet declared Union government will pay for expenses once states have mobilized volunteers. Okay, that makes sense. For the Civil War.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
1862, Battle of Memphis was fought on the Mississippi River. Union forces defeated Confederate fleet, leading to the city's surrender. Excellent. Bless you. 1875, Netherlands joined the gold standard. All right.
Ah, okay.
1882, cyclone in Arabian Sea at Bombay, India, drowned 100,000 people. This is a disputed event. So,
do you put that in parentheses, or was
no?
That...
It's right here on the primary source.
Oh.
Yeah. Why would I put that in parentheses?
I don't know. Maybe you saw something that didn't add up. You put comments sometimes.
True. This just seems like an accusatory comment.
Yeah.
You know, if I put that down. No. Like it's so just generally like this events.
100,000 people is a lot.
That is a lot of people. That's 10% of a million. So, 1882 as well. The electric iron was patented by New York inventor Henry W. Seeley. It weighed almost 15 pounds and was very slow to heat up. Well, it was probably
15
solid
pounds,
iron.
yeah.
Yeah. But, wow. Can you imagine having that thrown at you by an angry wife? 1882, Ethiopia, Shiwan forces of Menelik defeated the Gojim army in the Battle of Babo. The Shiwans captured Negus Tikli Havant of Gojem. Their victory led to a Shiwan hegemony over the territories south of the Abe River. And for those of you who are wondering what word I just said, I'm just going to play this video here.
Other than Ethiopia, I don't know any of the rest of it.
Yeah.
Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus. Could you use it in a sentence?
Yeah, that's all I need to play for that. Like, you get the point.
Yeah.
You know, so that way nobody comes at me saying, oh, he said the N-word. No, I said king in Ethiopia, you ignorant fuck. Anyway, 1889, Great Fire in Seattle destroyed 25 downtown blocks. According to other sources, it says all of downtown Seattle. Jeez. I've been there. Since then, you know, like they rebuilt it. So.
Yeah, of course.
1890, United States Polo Association formed in New York City.
I wouldn't have thought you were there before it happened.
No, well, maybe in a past life, I'm not sure. 1892, Chicago South Side Elevated Railroad opened its first 3.6 miles. The L elevated rail system began operation. We spoke about that a couple days ago.
We did.
Yeah.
We
Even that you remember. So.
Yeah.
1894, Governor Davis H. Waite ordered the Colorado State Militia to protect and support the miners engaged in the Cripple Creek miners' strike. Miners being, you know, gold miners, like workers, not children.
Right.
But this is a kind of unusual. Usually they send the National Guard to fight the miners, you know, not side with them. So that's pretty cool. 1896, Frank Samuelson and George Harbaugh left New York Harbor to row across the Atlantic. Their 55-day record for rowing was not broken for 114 years.
Whoa!
That's epic.
Yeah.
1900, boxers cut off all railroad links between Peking and Tientsin, the main port city of Peking. So, like, you know, they're disabling. I'm gonna try to adjust the camera a little bit because it was like a little high up there. There we go. That's a little bit better. We had like a mile of wall above our heads, and we want our faces to be center, you know. So.
Well, if I get up real high, I'll be out of the picture in time. No head.
Yikes. 1900 as well, U.S. Congress passed an act authorizing a civil code and government for the territory of Alaska after gold discoveries brought lawlessness and disorder to the area. Gee, I wonder.
Yeah.
901, British Open Men's Golf, Muirfield, Scotsman James Braid won first of 5 Open titles by 3 strokes from Harry Vardon of Joyzy. All right, first of 5.
First one.
Yeah. 903, President Emile Lebu of France and Minister of Foreign Affairs Théophile de Classy visited London, furthering the cause of entente cordiale between Britain and France. I guess, like, you know, like allying and all that stuff, or like at least like diplomatic relations and all that jazz. That makes sense. 1904, National Tuberculosis Association was organized at in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Okay.
Excellent. 365 days later, French Foreign Minister de Classy resigned on German request. Why is Germany requesting him to resign? That's weird. Like what business is it of theirs?
Yeah, it's nowhere near World War I.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he was a foreign minister. Was he like a foreign minister to Germany? You know, like an ambassador, but with a different title. You know.
French foreign minister.
Yeah.
Not German.
Well, no, but he was a foreign minister of France to Germany.
Yeah, maybe insulted him some way, and they asked for him to take him out, and he resigned.
Well, if anyone wants to, you know, look up why they asked him that, let us know in the comment section, and not just for your own, you know, information, but you know, for anyone else who's watching the show, you know, like, Yeah, you know, we're all you become part of the show. We're all in this together. Let's spread every information we can with each other, make us all smarter collectively. 1911, Nicaragua signed treaty turning over customs to U.S. not ratified. All right. 1912, the eruption of Nova Rupta in Alaska began, the largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century. 1913, Ravet Marinville was thrown out trying to steal home 3 times. Was this baseball or something? Oh, okay. 1914, first air flight out of sight of land from Scotland to Norway. Wow, so they're just out there over the ocean blue. You know, no land sighted. 1916, voters in East Cleveland, Ohio approved women's suffrage. Excellent. 1918, let's see, Actually, I'm going to read this one as well. 1916 as well. The death of Yuan Shikai, ruler of much of China since 1912, caused central government to virtually collapse in the face of pressure from warlords and from political reformers, including Sun Yat-sen. Wow, that's a major change for China right there.
That's warlords had a great power.
Yeah.
A lot of power, I should say.
Yep. 1918, the Battle of Belleau Wood, first U.S. victory of World War I. The U.S. Marine Corps suffered its worst single day's casualties during the Battle of Belleau Wood while attempting to recapture the wood at Chateau Thierry. The losses were exceeded at the Battle of Tarawa in November of 1943. That's World War II in Japan. So up until we fought the Japanese, this was the hardest our Marines got hit. It's pretty significant.
Yeah, that is huge.
1919, assent was given to an act to amend the Canadian Currency Act of 1910. Okay, cool. 1919 as well, Finland declared war on the Bolsheviks. You know, those are the communist uprisers in Russia. So, 1919 as well, the Republic of Prekmurj ended. All right. 20, Baron Pyotr Nikolaevich Wrangel opened White Russian offensive against Red Army. All right, you know, fight those commies.
Forget which one was which. The Reds or the Brown Army.
I think. Well, no, the brown shirts are Hitler. The black shirts are Mussolini. The reds, I think, are the Bolsheviks, and I don't know who the whites are. And then there's Finland. And that's a whole other red and white war, like all sorts of stuff. There's so many different shirts throughout history. It's kind of crazy. 1921, Detroit Stars Bill Gatewood pitched the first no-hitter in Negro League history, defeating the Cuban Stars 4-0. Excellent. 1923, Edgar Wallace became the first British radio sports journalist reporting on the Derby for the British Broadcasting Company, the BBC. Not to be confused with a different BBC online nowadays. You don't want to know what that stands for. 1923, Italian stadium gangster Albert Anastasia was convicted of illegal possession of a firearm and sentenced to 2 years in prison. Yeah, you know, stop, you know, in the famous words of, you know, whatever his character's name was from Liar Liar, stop breaking the law, asshole! 1925, Walter Chrysler reorganized the failing Maxwell Motor Company and founded automobile manufacturer Chrysler Corporation in Detroit, Michigan. So, you know, he was born out of the ashes of a predecessor, a failing predecessor.
Yeah.
So, what we have here, oh, that's good. That's too small. I was hoping that it was just gonna show us something cool, but this looks cool. It just shows, you know, different products. And there's a Chrysler building, you know, started from the bottom, then we're here, type of thing. Yeah. Pretty cool. 1926, 1 century ago, Egyptian government of Adli Pasha formed. Okay. 1931, There Ought to Be a Moonlight Saving Time by Guy Lombardo hit #1, and I actually have, like, this is on YouTube here. Let's see if I can find the singing part.
Till dawning, you'd better hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, get there.
That sounds like 1933.
It's a pretty cool song.
31
so,
or whatever it is.
Moonlight Saving Time. If anybody wants to listen to this, these links will be in the underbar of the description below after the live stream as per usual. It's a pretty interesting song, actually. So, moving on up here, 1931, New York Yankees turned a triple play but lost 7-5 to Cleveland Indians. So, you know.
Triple play didn't save them.
Yep, nope. And that's not going to be the only one we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
32, goodness, this name, where is it here? I just saw the American soccer team formed in Spakenburg. Okay.
Wow.
32 as well, the Revenue Act of 1932 was enacted, creating the first gas tax in the United States at a rate of 1 cent per U.S. gallon, or 1/4 cent per liter sold. Here we go. You know, the camel's nose in the tent, as Dad says.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
33, Richard Hollingshead opened the world's first drive-in movie theater on Admiral Wilson Boulevard in Pensacola, New Jersey. All right, here's a photo of that. I'm actually going to image search this really quick. But look at how small that screen is. Like, look how far away you can't even see it.
Well, it's hard. Yeah, it's an old photo, so dimensionally you don't know how it shows up.
True. You do got a point there. But, like, well, I don't think it's dimension at this point.
No, maybe not.
Like, you know. But that's cool. I love this sign. Drive-in theater, world's first. Sit in your car, see and hear movies. 25 cents per car, 25 cents per person. 3 or more persons, $1. Open tonight. Huh. Those don't sound like very... Those are very loose prices.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
get it per car and then per person.
Like, are you charging me twice? 3 or more persons, $1. So I guess, well, that would make sense. Like, well, 3 people at 25 cents a piece is 75 cents.
Plus the car.
Plus, so that's your $1.
Yeah.
So 3 or more peers. So they do charge you per person per $1. But once you had 4 or more, then you basically, anybody beyond that is free.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
And it's a carload, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know what 25 cents per person means.
As in...
maybe I thought there were 2 different things. It's one deal.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
25 cents per car and 25 cents per person. So if you go there alone, you're paying 50 cents.
Yeah.
If you're taking a date, that's 75. If you're taking a family, you know, like,
It's $1.
you pay $1.
You're not going to pay more than $1.
No. Which, actually, now that makes sense. 1933, U.S.
It's
employment...
kind of expensive to me, though, in 33.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a drive-in movie theater.
Yeah.
You know, it's a luxury. So, 33, U.S. Employment Service was created. Well, that explains why unemployment is so rampant. The government is involved.
Of course.
Yeah. 34, you know, like, before I continue on, like, you know, don't you find it funny that every time the government declares war on something, it wins? We're going to declare war on drugs. How did that go?
Yeah.
We're going to declare war on terrorism. How'd that go? We're going to declare war on
So
homelessness.
when they declare a war, you say they don't win.
Yes. As in, well, the enemy wins.
The enemy.
Yeah,
wins.
like whatever they declare war on is the winner. So they declare war on drugs, win.
Yes, I got
You know, so... 1934, Securities Exchange Commission was established. During the New Deal, U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 into law, establishing the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. 34 as well, Yankee Myrtle Hogue hit 6 singles in one game. 6 singles in one game. 1936,
to get up 6 times is amazing.
Yeah, that is. 36, aviation gasoline was first produced commercially by Paulsboro in New Jersey. Okay. 37, Philadelphia Phillies trailing 8-2 to St. Louis forfeited the game. Yeah, well, you need to get 7 just to win, 6 to break even, and I don't know what inning they were in, but they forfeited.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. 37 as well. Volcanoes Trafalgar and Vulcan. Is Vulcan? Destroyed the town of Ravadul on New Britain Island, Papua New Guinea, killing over 500 people. Yikes. So, 1938, Sigmund Freud arrived in London, fleeing the Nazi annexation of Austria. Yeah, well, Sigmund Freud, he's a bit of a wackadoo. So, 39, New York Giants defeated Reds 17-3 with 5 home runs in 4th inning. Holy crap, what a game. We also have New York Supreme Court Justice J.F. Crater legally declared dead. What?
Wow.
Why is this documented? Who the hell is J.F. Crater?
And why did they have to legally declare him?
What is happening? Like,
maybe he was missing so long and they couldn't find the body.
Joseph Force Crater. What a name. Force Crater. New York judge who disappeared in 1930. Okay, there you go.
That's why they have to declare him dead.
Okay, well, then he's dead. So.
I wonder if he pissed off the mob.
Probably. 39, the ship MS St. Louis carrying 907 Jewish refugees from Europe began sailing back to the continent after it was refused entry into the United States Approximately a quarter of those on board would perish in the Holocaust.
We had this the other day.
We spoke about this the other day, but this is when
same thing.
But this is when they started heading back.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, you know, they got here and they have to replenish their stock. You know, the food. Like, it takes a couple days or so. Fuel. You know.
Okay.
You know, whatever the case. Medical supplies. You know, maybe there's people who disembarked. Maybe people were boarding, but we didn't accept the refugees.
Yeah, so it was when they got here and this thing beginning sailing back. So yeah, I get it now.
Mom's time, 1941. The first U.S. Navy vessel constructed as a mine layer, the USS Terror CM-5, launched from Philadelphia Navy Yard.
Jeez.
What a horrible way to start Mom's time.
First day we do Mom's time. Going to be a great day for me, and that's what we have. Oh wait.
But it is a cool looking ship.
It is.
Yeah, you can see like it's a mine layer, so that's the deposit things. They lay the mines out that way. But I'm going to image search this ship. You know, from different other angles, it looks very interesting. Like, let's see, right here, doesn't it kind of look squat? Like, you know, the command bridge and everything. It's just like,
could be, yeah. It's hard to tell.
like, you know, like where here we go. That's better. Now it has all of its antennae.
It looks normal to me right
yeah,
there.
but over here, without its antennae, it looks squat.
It almost looks like there's a ship behind them.
Yeah, but that's the docks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but no, but this is like the bridge is right here.
Yeah.
So it just looks interesting, and you know, here it is being launched. Pretty cool stuff. What else do we got here? 1941 as well. MLB New York Giants used plastic batting helmets for the first time.
Ah, wow!
Yeah.
Way back in '41.
Yep. 42. First nylon parachute jump was made by Stadion parachute tester Adeline Gray, 27-ish. Okay. At Brainerd Field, an airport near Hartford, Connecticut, DuPont teamed with the Pioneer Parachute Company to develop the use of alternative to silk. So,
well, that's pretty important.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we
the
use
amount of silk you need is a big difference to synthetic. What do you call it? Nylon.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure. You know, there's that lady right there. I'm pretty sure this was used heavily 2 years later on this date.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
Something better than silk, you know.
Well, you know I'm referring to D-Day.
Well, I'm not referring to D-Day.
No,
I am.
No,
yes.
you know I'm referring to D-Day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We needed something with volume because it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd already been hitting in Hawaii.
Yeah. So, 42 as well. Japanese forces retreated, ending the Battle of Midway. Let me get rid of that right there. So, other source says.
Well, what date is this?
42.
42. Okay.
Yeah. No, this was 42 as well. Like,
I know.
So this is when the parachute thing happened. So, and that's pretty cool. Just 2 years later, it would be used in mass during, Operation Overlord. That's pretty cool to think. Mm-hmm. But we also have, during World War II, the United States Navy's victory over the Imperial Japanese Navy at the Battle of Midway is a major turning point in the Pacific theater of World War II. All 4 Japanese fleet carriers taking part, the Akagi, the Kaga, the Soryu, and the Hiryu, were sunk, as was the heavy cruiser Mikuma. The U.S. carrier Yorktown and the destroyer Handman were also sunk.
Yeah. The Japanese,
4-1.
if they'd been successful, it could have been our doom.
Yeah.
That's what they were going for.
Yep. 42 as well. Japanese troop landed on Kasaka Aleutians. Troop again. Here we go with the one troop. There's one guy. This man is a machine. Like, he's taking things here and there. And Alaska Airlines in 44 commenced operations. So, in the height of World War II, friggin' Alaska Airlines, a commercial air service starts for whatever reason. But then again, we covered how hilarious that was. What was it? 1862 or 1861? No, 62. A1 sauce. Like it's the middle of the Civil War. You know what we need? A steak sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 44. The German submarines U-955, U-970, U-629, and U-373 sunk in the Bay of Biscay. All right.
Wow.
1944. Here we go. Operation Overlord. The Great Crusade. D-Day. As part of the D-Day landings, the 82nd Airborne Division arrived at the French town of Sainte-Mère-Inglis. D-Day began as the 156,000-strong Allied Expeditionary Force landed in Normandy, France during World War II. Commencement of Operation Overlord, the Allied invasion of Normandy, with the execution of Operation Neptune, commonly referred to as D-Day, also known as Operation Overlord, the largest seaborne invasion in history. Nearly 160,000 Allied troops crossed the English Channel, with about 5,000 landing in assault craft, 289 escort vessels, and 277 minesweepers participating. By the end of the day, the Allies have landed on 5 invasion beaches and are pushing inland. Omaha, Utah, Gold, Juneau, and Sword.
Wow.
So, says here...
Which is the one they had to climb up the wall, cliffs?
Omaha.
So,
well, no, you're thinking of Pointe du Hoc. Sorry,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
not... That was with the Rangers.
Oh, yes,
So,
you're right.
Yeah.
But it was on D-Day, right?
That was D-Day, yes. So, now, before I play a couple videos here, I'm just going to read these other 2 D-Day related articles. All Major League Baseball games are canceled in honor of the D-Day landings in northern France. And we also have the capture of the Caen Canal and Orne River bridges by British paratroopers, also known as Operation Coup de Main, incorrectly referred to as Operation Dead Stick. Now, I'm going to play this. It's 1:40, so bear with me. But this is rather significant, and I'm muting our mic here.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. Much has happened since the Nazi triumphs of 1940-41. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeats in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength in the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelming superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
Now, I got to tell you,
Yep.
obviously I recognized his voice there.
Yes.
It's actually his voice.
You were alive when he was president.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. I recognize his voice, but the one I know in my head from hearing live when he was much older as president.
Yeah.
So I recognize his voice, but that's not the voice I knew, other than it was the same dialect.
Yeah. It's the same
Very
tone.
interesting too. That's a personal thing. That's all.
And do you recognize those words like in the movie Pressure? I know I've been talking about it a lot the past couple of videos, but Frazier, he read that speech.
Yeah.
Now he hammed it up a bit, but I think he should have kept it calm, like
a little more
Eisenhower.
pure.
Yeah. So, but it was still pretty good, And another thing, a lot of people, because D-Day is a great. Like if you want to get to know a little bit more about history and everything, D-Day is a really good, in my opinion, thing to start studying a little bit more, because there's so much happening, so much involvement.
Yeah.
Everybody's involved in it and everything. And something that not a lot of people look into is the Germans' perspective.
Yeah.
The Nazi. So I'm just gonna play this just for a couple seconds here. He's looking out.
Echt mal mögen zu sehen.
Shit's just appearing out of the fog. Oh my goodness! Look at it.
My God.
Thousands.
Yeah.
What was the quote that the guy said? From horizon to horizon, all he saw was ships, or something.
Yeah.
So, and this was the longest day scene. If anybody wants to see this scene, it's a good movie as well, The Longest Day. Oh yeah, here we go. Utah,
That's
Omaha,
all
Gold, Juneau, Sword, And these are the beaches. Point du Hoc was right here. That's where the Rangers landed when they scaled the cliffs.
Okay.
Because there was like guns there that could like completely annihilate anybody like on any of the beaches.
Right.
You know, so they had to take that out.
We can see how it's pointing out.
Yeah.
It gives them a great shot down both ways.
Yeah.
A viewpoint down both ways.
Exactly. Anyway, moving on up into Loon's time, 1946, Henry Morgan was the first to take off shirt on TV. That would be a Loon's
time. I don't know who
time.
Henry Morgan is.
I don't either, but he sounds like your kind of guy.
Great.
1946 as well, you know, here we go. The Basketball Association of America was formed in New York City.
Yeah.
So that is very much a Loon's time article right there. Not to those guys yet. I just want to look up this this image here. It's a shame. I wanted to use this, but it's too blurry.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the Basketball Association of America. You know, some random guy.
That's not the NBA though.
No. Well, it says here, the Basketball League was founded in New York City on June 6, 1946 as the Basketball Association of America, BAA. The league adopted the name National Basketball Association, NBA, in 1949 after merging with the rival National Basketball League, NBL. As the early 21st century, the NBA is the most significant professional basketball league in the world in terms of popularity, salaries, talent, and level in competition. So
they merged with another league. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
So yeah, and then later in probably the 70s, I guess it was, they didn't merge. Well, they merged, but they really consumed the ABA. A lot of franchises folded, but they did.
Yeah, no, they did. I wouldn't consider it a merger. I would consider it a consumption.
Yeah, because the healthy teams they took in, the ones that weren't healthy, gone.
Yeah. 1947, treaty drawn up for the establishment of International Patent Institute. Okay, you know, getting patent regulations, all that stuff. 49, It Pays to Be Ignorant game show debuted on CBS TV. Oh man, does it ever today. You know, I mean, all these dumb fucks running around on welfare, not doing a lick of good for society, yet somehow benefiting from it. 49, Orpen Shayekane became the first Thai woman to be elected to the Parliament of Thailand. Alright. That's pretty cool. Thailand, you know.
Yeah.
So, 50, German DR and Poland signed a treaty about Oder-Nissy border. Like
Poland and who?
Poland and the German DR.
Oh.
So, Democratic Republic? Is that?
Probably, yeah.
The
Well,
Soviets?
after the war, so.
It has to be the Soviets, yeah, because Poland was still under the USSR
Yeah,
at the
that's
time.
true.
So, 50 as well. Turkey, the ad hand in Arabic was legalized. What's the ad hand in Arabic specifically? What is any of this? I'm gonna do a surface level scratch of that article just really quick because none of that made any sense.
I don't know what the ad
Turkish
hand is.
ad hand.
That's what we don't know. That's
The Turkish ad hand was the use of the Turkish language to officially recite the ad hand for a period of time in Turkey. The usage of Arabic was banned by the Diyanet on order of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk in 1932 and was unbanned 18 years later on June 16th, 1950.
So it was.
But this is not the 16th, this is the 6th. This is saying it was legalized. This says it was unbanned on 16th. And this is saying it's legalized on the 6th. Wouldn't that be unbanned, legalized?
You would think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what the Arabic. It sounds like it was in Arabic is what they didn't like. I don't know what the adham is. Didn't tell us that part.
Neither do I, but Turkish ad hand. If anybody wants to read more about this, I'll throw that link down in the underbar section and all that stuff. 54, MLB Baltimore Orioles manager Jimmy Dykes was ejected from both games of a doubleheader at Yankee Stadium in New York City. What did he do? Twice. Like
Most likely arguing with umpires.
1956, David Marshall, Singapore's first chief minister, resigned. Why? It's not a good record right there. 58, French Prime Minister Charles de Gaulle said Algeria will always be French. 1958, Ozzie Virgil was the first black player for MLB Detroit Tigers. All right. 1960, The Steve Allen Show last aired on NBC TV.
Oh, man, I love the Steve Allen Show.
Yeah.
It's a late night show.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Carson.
60 as well, South African police killed 11 pondos at Nisquaw Hill. That does not sound good. 62, the Beatles met their producer George Martin for the first time and recorded Besame Mucho with Pete Best on drums. Yeah. 64.
That's before Ringo.
Yeah.
They canned him. Not Ringo, the other guy, the guy they're talking about there.
Well, speaking for Ringo, he's getting passed around like a dollar bill here because 1964, the Beatles with Jimmy Nicole substituting for Ringo.
He was sick or something. He had something. We read this already. Days before. Go ahead.
Oh well, that was a world tour thing.
Yeah.
Was it Ringo who collapsed with a heart attack or whatever?
Not a heart attack, but something.
Yes.
Yeah. It was Ringo.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, the Beatles with Jimmy Nicole substituting for Ringo arrived in the Netherlands, took a whirlwind boat tour through the canals of Amsterdam, and performed 2 shows at Velingenhal Hoop van Zegen, an auction hall in the village of Blokker. What's a whirlwind boat tour? Like...
It went down the canals, it sounds like.
Okay, so they're trying to, like, embellish... Like, this is supposed to be history.
Sounds like they were having fun. For 2 shows.
1964, under a temporary order, the rocket launches at Cuxhaven in Germany were terminated, though they never resumed. 64, the Rolling Stones released music single, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. We all know that song.
Yeah.
Oh. And if you don't know that song, go look it up. It's a good song. 65 as well, Yankees Tom Tresh banged 3 consecutive home runs, defeating the White Sox 12-0.
Ooh.
Wow. 66, civil rights activist James Meredith was wounded by white sniper in Mississippi. We have the March Against Fear. Black Stadium civil rights activist James Meredith was wounded in an ambush by white sniper James Aubrey Norville. Meredith and Norville were photographed by Jack R. Thornell, whose photo will receive the 1967 Pulitzer Prize in Photography, the last one to be awarded for the category. And I really fought a mental battle, debating, whether or not I wanted to have this on the thumbnail. But I just, at least, I want to, honor this guy, by showing, the world these photographs. I mean, it's sad it was his last moments, but it really shows the pain.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, people mock world issues with memes and such all the time, but when you see another human being in agonizing pain because of, just being different and everything, it makes me sick to my stomach.
It makes it even tougher when you know he's going to die.
Yeah, so it's that's why I always say, everything is connected. We're all in this world together. We got to stop fighting each other and start fighting those who want us separated. We're all humans, damn it. 1966, Gemini 9 completed 45 orbits after rendezvous with angry alligator. The hell? Do we have alligators in space now? What's going on? I think it's obviously a nickname for something.
Yeah,
so.
I know, but what?
Well, we have 13 minutes till our hour, so we gotta power through this here.
In the 60s, we gotta go.
Yeah, 1966, Stokely Carmichael launched xenophobic Black Power, Black supremacist movements. So, yeah. 67, Israeli troops occupied Gaza during second day of the 6-day war.
6-day war, 67.
Yep. 68, Senator Robert F. Kennedy died from his wounds after he was shot the previous night by Sirhan Sirhan, who was apparently from Palestine. I never knew that.
Yeah,
we covered that yesterday.
Yeah.
So. 69, Joe Namath resigned from NFL after Pete Rozelle, a football commissioner, said he must sell his stake in a bar. What?
That's kind of weird. Never heard that, but obviously he resigned from football because he is part owner in a bar. They go, well, you can't be in a bar. I don't know why not, but with alcohol, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, and by steak I mean like not a meat steak, but the other type of steak. Yeah.
Financial steak.
Yeah, financial. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, to anybody who's listening but not reading or not seeing,
especially someone that's not from this country won't get that.
Yeah. 1971, final broadcast of the Ed Sullivan Show, a repeat from 7th of February on CBS TV. All right. 71 as well, John Lennon and Yoko Ono appeared for an unannounced performance, joining Frank Zappa on stage at Fillmore East in New York City.
Frank Zappa.
I would have kicked them off. 71, Soyuz 11 was launched, taking 3 cosmonauts to the Salyut 1 space station. Well, I'm really disappointed in our primary source for leaving it at that.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second.
Yep.
Going back up there to Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
Frank Zappa was on, who did we just do? Oh, shoot.
Ed Sullivan?
Not Ed Sullivan. Not the other guy.
The other show?
Yeah. Oh, please, go back and tell me. Show me. As soon as I see his picture.
The Rolling Stones. Okay.
Keep going.
Oh,
there
Steve
he is.
Allen.
Steve Allen. The Steve Allen Show. This is how weird it was. He had Frank Zappa on, When
Wait, is
no
this a
one heard.
bicycle story?
Huh?
Is this a bicycle
Yes.
story?
Have you seen that?
No, you told me that.
Oh, okay.
No, continue.
He played.
A bicycle.
He brought a bicycle out and he played the bicycle on it. And no, not Ed Sullivan. You got made it.
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa. But the show he's on, I can't remember the guy's name. Steve Allen.
Steve Allen.
That's the weird stuff Steve Allen did.
Hurting my brain again. But like, what was his face? Where were we? Were we even? Oh, here we go.
I screwed you up.
Yeah, we were all over the place.
I did that.
Okay. Well, we're in 71, so I know that. Frank Zappa. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm trying to find pictures. So that's Frank Zappa right there.
Yeah.
But like, one of the things that I found like more profound the fact that he was playing a bicycle, but he looked nothing like that.
No, he's very straight laced then.
Right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
Got a suit on.
I'm just gonna play this a little bit. So
What are you going to play on
he
this? I'll
actually
just
plays the bicycle. Like
Yes.
so I'm gonna add this in the underbar section.
He was crazy then.
Yeah, but look at him. He's dressed very nice. He's not that crazy
No,
rock
not
and roll
crazy.
guy. Frank Zappa playing bicycle. I'm gonna add this in the underbar section as well. But yeah, continuing on like with the Soyuz thing, like shame on our primary source because what I'm about to read is gonna make your jaw hit the floor. Soyuz 11 was launched. The mission ended in disaster when all three cosmonauts, Georgy Dobrovolsky, Vladislav Volkov, and Viktor Patasiev, were suffocated by uncontrolled decompression of the capsule during re-entry on June 29th. That sounds like burning up on re-entry to me.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to honor these brave souls. So, they're on their way up to die. It's horrifying. History is sometimes. So, 71. Willie Mays hit record 22nd and last extra inning home run. And every time I see this picture, it reminds me of you whenever you're trying to find your glasses. So, I can't seem to find them. I know where they are. They're on my mind, but I just can't seem to find them. Well, they are on your mind. I love you, my dad. 72, explosion at world's largest coal mine killed 427 in Wanky, Rhodesia. So weird name for a city, Wanky. 72 as well, gold hit a record $60 an ounce in London. I bet you wish it was that low. 72, U.S. bombed Haiphong in North Vietnam, killing thousands. I hate it when it writes like this. 1,000s were killed.
Yeah.
Just say thousands, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. 74, the 47th National Spelling Bee, Julie Ann Junkin won spelling hydrophyte. I can even pronounce that. 74 as well, a new instrument of government was promulgated, making Sweden a parliamentary monarchy. Alright. 75, British voters decided to remain in common market. So a British referendum resulted in continued membership of the European Economic Community, with 67% of votes in favor. Okay. 75, Provisional Revolutionary Government of South Vietnam was established. 76, The Omen premiered in the UK. Yeah. I've heard of it. I've never seen it, though.
Yeah.
What's it about? Is it some...
It's about the devil.
Oh. Okay. Anything else, or is it
No,
just...
it's just so long since I see it, I get stuff mixed up.
Okay.
Tried to elaborate.
76, Chief Minister of Sabah, Fawad Stevens, Parrot, Joined Mojahedin, and several other politicians were killed in a plane crash near Kota Kinabalu International Airport in Malaysia. Huh. Now, I just saw this, the name Doobie Brothers in 1977 sponsored a golf classic and concert at Calabasas Park Country Club and Century Plaza Hotel in Los Angeles to benefit the United Way.
Good for that.
I would have never thought of a group named Doobie Brothers sponsoring something like golf.
Yeah,
This just
I know.
sounds
you
weird.
know of the Doobie Brothers,
I've
right?
heard of them.
Okay.
So, 77, Supreme Court tossed out automatic death penalty laws. I don't know. 77, the Washington Post reported the U.S. has developed a neutron bomb. Yikes. 78, Proposition 13 cut California property taxes by 57%.
Yeah, Prop 13.
Yeah, we need that again, please.
It's still here.
Oh, well, we need another one. We need more 13. We need Proposition 26 now.
The biggest problem is housing so expensive.
Yeah.
So that 1.1% all of a sudden on a $3 million house becomes expensive.
Yep. 78 U.S. TV news program 2020, created by Rudy Allarage, premiered on ABC. Heard about 2020. 1979, 200th running of horse derby in England. Okay. 79 as well, Royal Air Force received their first F-16 fighter jet. Pretty cool. 1980, South African anti-nuclear activist Run For You Christie was sentenced to 10 years in prison under the country's Terrorism Act. Yikes. 1981, a passenger train traveling between Mansi and Saharsa, India, jumped the tracks on a bridge crossing the Bagmati River, killing 268 officially, with another 300 or more missing. It's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that really quick just to see the carnage and get that, other image off. One horrible image to another. Look at that. It's wild. What else do we got here? 1981, Maya Yang Lin won a competition to design the Vietnam War Memorial. We've been there.
Oh, yeah. I remember her.
The wall. So.
Yeah.
A2.
A lot of people were really mad about that.
Well, because she's Asian.
No, because of what it was a wall.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know what it is with all the names on it. People we're used to, a big soldier up there or whatever.
They wanted like a big old statue
so
and everything.
It's really controversy, but I think it's so perfect. It's the greatest monument out there. The people that died are on it.
I really couldn't care less what a monument looks like as long as it does what the Vietnam Monument does and lists the names.
Yeah.
That's why in the whole 9/11 thing, on the footprints of the two towers where there's like the waterfall stuff now, they have all the names of not just all the workers, but all everybody who died there. And they have them different sectioned off, the FDNY, the NYPD, EMT, all that stuff. People of what company, all that jazz. So, I don't care what anything looks like as long as everybody involved is written in stone. Then they will be remembered and immortalized. Everything else doesn't matter. So, 1983, Octopussy, 13 James Bond films starring Roger Moore, Maud Adams, and Louis Jordan, premiered in London. Pretty weird, what's it called, poster or whatever.
Yeah.
Like all the arms and everything. So, 1983 as well, a bottle with a note of June 9th, 1910 was found in Queensland. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
1983, Nicaragua expelled 3 U.S. diplomats. Why? What's going on? That's weird. 84, 1,200 people died in the Sikh Golden Temple uprising in India. We spoke about this a little bit yesterday. This one's wild. 84, so primary source edited, 1,200 Sikh militants were killed by Indian armed forces in Sikh Golden Temple uprising during Operation Blue Star in Amritsar, Punjab, India. Yeah, what's her face? Not Mahatma, but Indira Gandhi or whatever. She was Amira Gandhi. Yeah, she ordered that and everything, and that's the holiest site of that of the Sheiks.
Yeah.
So,
we talked about that.
Yeah. 84, video game Tetris was first released in the Soviet Union by Alexei Pajitnov.
He got screwed.
Yeah, he did. And have you seen the Tetris movie yet?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
So, 85, body of Nazi concentration camp Dr. Joseph Mengele was located and exhumed. So the grave of Wolfgang Gerhard was opened in Imbu, Brazil. The exhumed remains were later proven to those of Joseph Mengele, Auschwitz's angel of death. Mengele is thought to have drowned while swimming in February 1979. What a loser. 1986, Storms of Life debut album by Randy Travis was released. Later, to get the Billboard Album of the Year 1987.
He had a stroke.
Randy
Couldn't
Travis?
sing anymore, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Quite a while ago.
86 as well, Kathy Ormsby, 21-year-old member of NC State track team, jumped off a bridge, permanently paralyzing herself. That's terrible, but at the same time, she's still alive. And now, at least, she's unable to jump again.
Yeah.
So, 87 AO's time.
Got there.
French Open women's tennis. We got there right before our hour. 17-year-old German Steffi Graf beat world number 1 Martina Navratilova 6-4, 4-6, 8-6. Graf's first Grand Slam victory. Thank you.
Wow, you nailed that.
Yeah, practice. 87 as well. New York Yankees played their 13,000th game. That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
We also have 1988. 3 giant turtles were found in Bronx sewage plants. Sewage plants. So not just the sewer network, but in a plant. What the hell? I wonder how many alligators they found there. 1988, George H.W. Bush made campaign promise to support reparations for World War II to Japanese Stadian internees. Promise was broken May 1989.
Oh, man.
That's terrible. 89, Mets turned their first triple play in 7 years, but still lost to the Cubs 8-4. That's unfortunate.
Another one that didn't work.
Yep, I told you. 1990, for a second time this season, Cecil Fielder belted 3 home runs in a game. Hell. 91, Albert Bill was shipped to the minors for not running out a ground ball.
Well, shame on him.
Yeah.
They're paying you good money. At least you can do his hustle.
Yeah. 91, Dano Plato received 6-year suspended sentence for robbing a video store. Yeah. Okay. We also have NBC announced Jay Leno will succeed Johnny Carson as host of The Tonight Show on May 25th, 92. 92, U.S. West, I guess America West Arena opened in Phoenix, Arizona, home court of NBA Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Ben Vereen suffered head and leg injuries when hit by a vehicle while walking along a dark stretch of highway in Malibu, California. Vereen had earlier fallen asleep while driving and hit a tree. Record producer David Foster was behind the wheel of a vehicle that hit Vereen. So he got into, this is the second accident that night.
Wow.
Wow. This almost sounds like Hotel California. You know, on a dark desert highway in Malibu, California. So, 92, New York Mets first baseman Eddie Murray recorded his 1,510th run, batted, enduring 15-1 thrashing of Pittsburgh Pirates to pass Mickey Mantle as an all-time RBI leader among MLB switch hitters. Yeah. 93, 6 Children's Miracle Network Telethon. How much did it raise? They're not telling us again. What the hell?
What do you need?
How much did they raise?
Numbers!
Yeah, numbers. Scared me. Numbers! Ah!
That's you.
Yeah,
That's
true.
why I said it loud.
I do need numbers. Poon Salamayanian Azerbaijan recognized as president of Mongolia. He won the first presidential election in Mongolia. Excellent. 94, 6.0 earthquake followed by avalanche destroyed Toez, Colombia, with about 1,000 killed. A Tupolev 154M crash in Xi'an, China. 160 were killed. 94 as well. Warwickshire scored 4 for 810 declared against Durham. That has to be cricket. Sounds weird. Speaking of cricket, 94 West Indian cricket batsman Brian Lara hit world first-class record 501 not out and 390 runs in one day for Warwickshire versus Durham at Edgbaston. Only quintuple 100 in first-class history. Okay, you got 400. Cool, nice. That's almost half a millennia. Whatever. I don't even want to try anymore. 99, largest jailbreak in Brazilian history at the Putnam Maximum Security Prison in Brazil. 345 prisoners ran from the main gate in the ensuing manhunt. 2 fugitives were killed and 5 innocent bystanders were accidentally jailed. Holy crap, dude. 345 people just... that's cartoonish.
Yeah.
Dude. We also have Sydney Swans Australian rules football forward Tony Lockett broke Gordon Coventry's VFL AFL career goals record with 1,300th major early in 145-94 win versus Collingwood at the SCG. Okay.
Don't know that.
Football. So.
Yeah, I know.
2002, The Bourne Identity, directed by Doug Liman and starring Matt Damon, premiered in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, Bourne Identity.
Good old Matt Damon. 2002, a near-Earth asteroid estimated at 10 meters diameter exploded over the Mediterranean Sea between Greece and Libya. Resulting explosion estimated to have the force of 26 kilotons, more powerful than the Nagasaki atomic bomb. Holy crap, dude. That's wild. 2004, Tamil was established as a classical language by the President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, in a joint setting of two houses of the Indian Parliament. 2005, the United States Supreme Court voted to ban medical marijuana in Gonzalez versus Reich. Thank goodness that was rescinded, I think. 2007 Stanley Cup Final, Honda Center, Anaheim, California. Anaheim Ducks defeated the Ottawa Senators 6-2 for a 4-1 series win. The Ducks' first championship.
Yeah, we got to see the Stanley Cup after that.
Yeah, that's right. So that was their first to top that.
Yeah.
Man.
No, it was.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the Stanley Cup, believe it or not, viewers, it was right next door. So. Yeah. And I damn near set fire to the transport vehicle. I almost did. 2012, the Solar Impulse completed the world's first intercontinental flight powered by the sun. Pretty cool. I'm gonna look that up here really quick. I know we're over our hour, and but I just gotta look at whatever this vehicle is. Oh, this thing! Look at this big ass wingspan. Yeah. Well, they have solar panels like on both like up and down rudder and everything. Yeah. Look at that thing.
Oh yeah.
That is epic.
That's why they need the big wings.
Oh look, they even have like their flight path. Yeah. Oh, they stopped in Hawaii, Tulsa, Dayton. That's pretty cool. 2012, the transit of Venus between Earth and the Sun occurred. The last transit of the 21st century. We covered that yesterday. Did it say like the next one was going to be like 2,116 or something?
Away, yeah.
Yeah. 2015, convicted killers Richard Matt and David Sweat broke out of Clinton Correctional Facility in Danmore, New York. Have they been found? I'd like to know a follow-up on that, please. Yeah. 2017, floods in Salto, Paysandú, and Artigas in Uruguay displaced over 3,000 people.
Oh, that's not good.
We also have Indian author Arundhati Roy published her second novel, The Ministry of Utmost Happiness, 20 years after her first novel. Took her a while.
That's quite a gap.
Yeah. We also have Korean singer T.O.P. was rushed to a hospital after a suspected overdose while serving mandatory military service. That almost sounds like he's trying to get out of it. So, 2017 as well, Scooter Gannett, what a name, Scooter, hit 4 home runs in Cincinnati Reds' 13-1 victory at home against St. Louis Cardinals, 17th player to do so. Excellent.
He hit a home run, he didn't have to scoot around the bases.
No. 2018, convicted drug trafficker Alice Johnson granted clemency by U.S. President Donald Trump after Kim Kardashian highlights case. Dude, who the fuck is Kim Kardashian? Who is she in any political thing? Why is Trump listening to her and giving amnesty to a drug trafficker?
I have no idea.
Like, Kim Kardashian is just a doorknob. So, 2018, French man announced to have won France's 1 million euro My Lottery for the second time in 2 years.
Whoa. With
odds of 1 in 16 trillion. That sounds rigged to me.
Yeah,
that sounds rigged. 2018 as well, Iraqi parliament ordered manual recount of legislative elections in May after Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi claimed evidence of irregularities. What a surprise. And I'm hearing all sorts of stuff involving California's elections coming out. It is so much obvious rigged. 2018, LeBron James eclipsed Michael Jordan. I have to say his name, that way. He's earned it. Record of 109 for most 30-point games in NBA playoff history, and Cleveland Cavaliers 110-102 Game 3 Finals loss to Golden State Warriors. 2018 as well, special pedestrian lane introduced just for fubbers or slow-walking smartphone users in Jian, China. So they legitimately made like an entire another lane for people.
Yeah.
Not
watching where they're going.
Those people should be allowed to get run over. Like Murphy's Law, survival of the fittest. Let them kill themselves off. Please. Because you're only enforcing such behavior otherwise. 2019, Amir Ohana became the first openly homosexual minister in Israel as acting justice minister. Alright? 2019, German serial killer nurse Niels Horgel jailed for a second life sentence for the murder of 85 more people.
Yikes.
Previously convicted of 6. Germany's worst post-war serial killer. So she was initially convicted of 6, and they found 85 more people. Yeah. Holy shit!
Convicted her again.
Wow. 2019, on the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots, New York City's police commissioner James O'Neill apologized for his department's actions during the 1969 raid on the Stonewall Inn. 2021, 4 members of a London, Ontario family were killed when they were struck by a train and an anti-Muslim, or by a truck in an anti-Muslim attack. Not by a train, by a truck. Sorry, my bad. Former chairman of far-right group The Proud Boys in 2022, Enrique Tarrio, and 4 others indicted for seditious conspiracy for their role in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. that the police ushered in. You know, they were under orders by the system. The whole January 6th thing is on giant bullshit.
Well,
crap.
unfortunately, they've been
yeah,
they've been pardoned.
Good. 2023, major dam at Nova Kakhovka, the Russian-held Ukraine, collapsed during ascending flooding down the Dnipro River, prompting evacuation of thousands amid suspicions of Russian sabotage. Well, obviously, they sabotaged it. 2023 as well, the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and Live Golf League agreed to unify to create a for-profit entity run by the PGA Tour and funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Oh, great. Saudi Arabia is involved. Now it's going to turn into a criminal syndicate. 2023, UK's Prince Harry was the first senior royal to testify in court in 130 years, accusing Mirror Group newspapers of hacking his emails. All right. 2024, the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings commemorated in Normandy, France, attended by Allied leaders, and likely the last major gathering of World War II veterans. That's disheartening to hear. So,
well, you're getting old.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm surprised they're still around.
Yeah.
You know?
Not many.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
82 years ago now.
Yeah.
And if you were 16, 17 years old, which was really young even then, so you're in your late 90s.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. All I know is, like, when I first heard about the last code breaker, or not the code breaker, but the last code talker, the Navajo code talker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dying, you know,
yeah.
It's like, wow, that really is, an era. Yeah. Like, so, if anybody of you out there know anyone who's still alive who's a veteran of that war, or at least was alive during that time, talk to them, because tomorrow you might not get to. So, 2024, Distrofador in Barcelona was named the world's best restaurant, owned and ran by Oriol Castro, Edward Zatek, and Mateo Casadas. Okay. The launch of SpaceX Starship Integrated Flight Test 4, IFT-4, and the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, this time last year, swept in Los Angeles, sparked protest demonstrations. Oh yeah, it's already been a year since then?
That's amazing.
Wow, and they brought in the Marines.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, didn't they say the last time was during the Rodney King stuff?
I don't remember. There was something like that, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, that's wild. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you a portion between two sources. Both sources are, of course, down in the underbar. But we got through this 36-page document in an hour and change here, an hour and 12 minutes. Anyway, for your dose of pacifist daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm AO Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. And if you're still watching, put rapper in the comments.
Is that like a music rapper? I don't think so. You showed me a rapper of cellophane.
WRAPPR. So
there you go. We got to clarify.
Yeah. So anyway, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!